We're driving the latest Nissan Qashqai. We've just left the Nissan Sunderland plant where it was built. This is the plant that is the most productive in the UK, and a Qashqai comes off the end of the line every 59 seconds. We're driving this car 5,000 miles, a round trip to Istanbul. Why Istanbul? Because it's at the bridge of Europe and Asia. Europe because that's where this Qashqai comes from, and Asia, that's the continent where Nissan is headquartered. And by the end of it, we'll be in no doubt as to what this important new British designed and engineered car is like.
The 5,000-mile journey will last 13 days and go across 21 countries and be undertaken by 3 different drivers who will encounter sun, rain, wind, snow and ice and every kind of road surface imaginable to push the car to its limits. Richard Bremner was up first to steer the car south through England before he handed it over to me, Mark Tisshaw, to take it to the continent. You join me on day 2 of the trip. Last night I took over from Richard just west of London on the M25 before making a late night dash to the Channel Tunnel and a night in Lille. And the day that's followed today has been fairly typical of a very hard day's use your average Qashqai is going to have. There's been a lot of fast motorway running and then urban environments in Luxembourg and Strasbourg, and so far it's conquered them well. Tomorrow the journey gets tougher as we head into the Alps, and the night stop first of all in Liechtenstein. How's the car performed so far? Well, it hasn't missed a beat. One of the big things Nissan engineers wanted to improve from old Qashqai to new was the ride and the refinement, and both targets have been achieved. It's very smooth, it's very quiet, very comfortable, and on these autobahns, well, it could easily be something from Germany, this car. Day 3 now, and we've left the more stable climate of Western Europe behind and headed into the Alps. And driving somewhere like this, you need more kit than you will for your trip to Tesco's normally. You need to carry a full set of snow chains, you need torches, high-vis jackets, industrial strength de-icer, bulbs, jacks, first aid kits, towing eyes and everything, full-size spare wheels, and preferably some more adequate clothing than what I'm wearing now. After conquering the Alpine countries of Switzerland, Liechtenstein and Austria, we headed south into Italy and onto a fast-moving autostrada network littered with tunnels. After a brief detour at the stunning Lake Garda, it was onto the night stop in Trieste in northeast Italy, the end of the line in Western Europe. The constant theme through Eastern Europe was stunning scenery, but what it was punctuated with from country to country was vastly different. In Croatia there were stunning bays and national parks with vast waterfalls, while in Bosnia it was buildings that still wore the scars of a bloody war there less than 20 years ago. Into Hungary and Budapest, the end of the line for me, it was grand buildings and architecture.
Well, we're nearing the end of day 6 of Autocar's trek around Europe. You might notice a bit of a different face behind the steering wheel because I've taken over from Mark Tisshaw, who's returned to the UK, and I'll be driving all the way to Istanbul and then onward back to the UK afterwards.
From our starting point in a rainy Budapest, we drove south through Serbia before reaching our overnight halt in Sofia, the capital city of Bulgaria. The next day we pushed on into Turkey and battled past queues of lorries trying to cross the gateway between Europe and Asia.
Well, here we are. It's day 8 of our trip around Europe in the new Nissan Qashqai. We're now in Istanbul. We're 2,983 miles from Sunderland, the Qashqai's birthplace. And we're standing in Europe here, but you might be able to see just in the background over that bridge is Asia, and this is the meeting point between the 2 continents. We've managed to bring the beautiful English weather with us on the trip. We've been chased from country to country along our route by the rain. The Qashqai hasn't missed a beat for the whole journey. Tomorrow we start the return leg, heading up towards Bucharest and then onwards into Slovakia and Poland and the Czech Republic.
Fully refreshed after our day's rest in Istanbul, we hit the road to start the return leg of our journey in the Qashqai. We headed north through stunning countryside and wild mountains in Bulgaria and Romania, then cut through Slovakia on our way to Krakow in Poland. From there it was finally time to turn west for home. We were really motoring on good quality roads. The Czech Republic and Germany passed in a blur, and as we reached the northwest coast of Europe we sensed our journey's end was close. We emerged from the Eurotunnel on a balmy spring evening, reaching our final destination at Autocar's office just after 7 o'clock. In total, our Qashqai completed 5,378 miles through motorways, broken village tracks, mountains, city centres and twisty coastal roads, and the new Qashqai took it all comfortably in its stride. It's an endorsement of this new Nissan's level of comfort and ease of use that we are actually quite sad that our epic quest had reached an end.